Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today I have another pattern that I intend on doubling, and I think there's a distinct possibility that this is gonna get a little bit difficult. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so there's basically 3 strands of string that are color black, red, and black, and then the rest of them are white. So, yeah, let's first deal with the darker one. We're just going to use a gray for that. I'm trying to picture, is this like on the line? It is, right? I'm trying to judge if I have to move where my center thing is. I think I do. Alright, so move this up this way, and then we'll move this up to here. Okay, so back to my other layer, back to my paint tool. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit on the tricky side. I'll use the red. So there's 2 of those, and then the third one goes 1, 2, 3 this way, and then up from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one comes back 3 this way. 4, 3 that way, and now take us to the top, and then the gray just basically stays just outside of that. So this is obviously, even for just a small bracelet, something that's kind of inherently difficult because there'll be a lot of zigzags going on, and it'd be difficult to try to make it to nice straight like line. Like it's gonna probably try to bend a little bit just based on the way that the things go. And you may have noticed up here at the top we have 2 versions, because if you're gonna double this, there are 2 ways that you could do it, and I wanted to be able to kind of explore those ways. So I guess we still have the gray. I guess this one probably just stays over there. This red one can kind of use that same line. It kind of doesn't matter which side we send this to. It kind of had even bounced around a bit. Yeah, this whole thing is like just so loaded with zigzags. Like every one of these, right? The only thing is the background white one won't have to. So that's something. They may have noticed I was trying to get this thing centered on that line down in the middle, because my intention is that if I do this right, I can flip the whole thing, and I don't have to like do nearly as much work, which will be nice. I don't know what colors I'm going to use for this, though. That's something that kind of just dawned on me just now, because essentially it's the 3 colors, whatever the background is, and then whatever is making this little thing here. I'm kind of already thinking that I might like to do this either with like a variegated, or the one that's down the middle, because that would make it kind of a little bit more interesting. And or maybe playing around with some fluorescent colors. All right, so this is essentially the one area here. We can use the select by color tool to fill in our white area, which I'm not going to use completely white. We'll go with this gray. And if we do the paint bucket tool, I can come over here and fill a whole selection. And that will do that. Control A releases all that other stuff. So there we go. Now, if I grab the select tool, I can select this whole top area. Let me just make sure that, no, that's not lined up very well. Let me fix that before we get into it. All right, so Control A, Control C. No. I was using that or something earlier, and no, I don't want Control A. Control A selects all. I just want to select this top area. So Control C, Control V, use the flip tool, and I can flip it that way. And then anchor that down, and then I go ahead and take the whole top area and Control C, Control V again, flip tool, and there we go. There is version 1. Gotta go back to the select so I can anchor the layer. And we can get rid of our, not that one, this one. So that's how our first one turns out, which is super, super cool. And that is, technically, that is one way that we can actually make the whole thing. No, because this other one is the same exact size, I can do this to save us a whole bunch of time. Control C from over here and Control V. We're going to snap it on that line, but we have to line it up. Again, our one line thing here is sitting where it's supposed to be. There we go. Okay, so now I can anchor that in place. So there's our first hat. So now, this is kind of an ugly way of doing it. If we paste again, and we put this to a new layer, I can now get rid of the white area. Oh, no, it's not going to work. All right. It won't work because the straight edge thing on the sides. I just realized that. So, we'll have to do it the harder way. Paint tool, let's make sure we have on similar areas. We did not. Among the long layer and down here. So these are the dark. So basically I just have to mimic this one. So this is here. I need to move this line so in between bullets, right? Because when we copy the top half, we'll have to change it. So the two red here, after the paint tool, over this way, over this way, over here, and up. and then the grays to follow. So I kind of hinted last month about the fact that when I was going to do these duplicate ones, that I was going to, basically I wasn't going to take it easy on myself. And this kind of so far is really proving to be a thing, because it seems like every single time we're doing this, I'm coming up with like more than one way to do it. Now, mind you, I don't think I'm going to be making both versions. So I'm going to have to try to figure out which ones to make. Kind of tempted in leaving that up to like the members in Patreon. Maybe I'll do that if I can put a little time in between making the pattern and making the bracelet. Maybe I can get them to vote for their favorite. What am I doing there? And the reason I think I would leave it up to somebody else is, either way, this thing is really cool. And I kind of want to be able to show the two different ways of doing it, not just because I'm trying to show that I'm capable of doing so much, but that because so frequently people say this is the way it's done. And I have a lot of trouble with that. I don't like the tone that there's only one way that this can possibly go. And so I am trying to show that with a little imagination, there's multiple ways most any of these things can go. So there we go. Now I can do the select tool, grab this, back to the paint tool, grab that, go down here, full selection. There we go. Now I can grab the select tool, get this top area here, Control C, Control V, whip it down there and anchor it in place. Back to the layers, I can get rid of that. So there we go. There is our other pattern. So the question will be, which one would people want to see made? This one or this one? They're both very interesting in their own right. Yeah, I don't know. And this one really kind of shows how that extra row is a thing. Obviously, we could have made that whole center dark as well, which would be another absolute, banger of an idea that could have taken it a different way, right? If you made, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more knots darker, that could be amazing. That could look really cool. You'd really kind of just change its whole mood, really. So anyways, before we go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters for making all this possible, as well as my YouTube members. Their help goes a long ways to keep the channel going, so thank you guys very much. And yeah, I'll be back with a made version, and I'll let you know what goes on. I suspect it's going to use those darks a lot. But beyond that, we'll see how the rest of it goes. So thanks a lot, guys. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.